'Cause yeah, sometimes we'll feel alone. In a second, I'll be right there. Turn around, let it rain. Turn around and let it rain on me. Don't you be afraid. Just follow me. You don't need no space. Just follow me. Like a mirror, you reflect me. Like a Friday night on the weekend, I feel blessed and free. I just don't want this moment to end. But now you say you gotta go. Baby, why you gotta go? Like a mirror, you reflect me. I just don't want this moment to end. I'm not leaving without a fight. Now you're always on my mind. Turn around, hold me tight. Turn around and we will be alright. Don't you be afraid. Just follow me. You don't need no space. Just follow me. Like a mirror, you reflect me. Like a Friday night on the weekend, I feel blessed and free. I just don't want this moment to end. But now you say you gotta go. Baby, why you gotta go?
Hey! Okay. I'm always technically challenged. I almost played the song again. So, hey, successful women, how is everyone doing today? I hope you're all having like just a great start to your week. I hope it's productive and everything is aiming towards your goals that you had for this week. Today we are streaming to both Facebook and YouTube as usual. So hi to everyone, both Facebook and YouTube. Hi to all my VIPs. You guys are killing it. Let me know if you're loving the new posting prompts that just came out last week in the VIP lounge, okay? I hope that this gives you some amazing inspiration and organization for your posting plan, because if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. I always say that wrong. But I like to have a posting plan. So I hope that helps you. Drop a hashtag replay if you're watching this in the replay for a chance to win an Amazon gift card. And make sure you let my girl Paige know. Paige is in the comments right now. Let her know that you're here and you can get a chance to win an Amazon gift card right now, okay? So today we have the beautiful Kim Argetsinger. I'm going to say it wrong every time, Kim. Here to help us identify and leverage our money blueprint so that we can create true wealth. So let's welcome Kim.
Hi, so nice to see you. Thank you for having me, Katie.
No problem. I'll give you the floor and thanks for being here.
Beautiful. Hi, y'all. So happy to be here with all of you. And I think I'll see the comments after this, but if you want to say hi, let me know where in the world you are. I would love to hear from you. And I would also love to know, just like a thought, an emoji, what you think about money and what you think about when you think about your relationship to money and building wealth. I am a mindset coach and business mentor, and I support my clients to build, grow, and scale profitable businesses. But I'm also obsessed with money and leveraging our money to build wealth, and something I've really experienced myself as I have started to grow my wealth and build my wealth and support more and more clients with what they're doing with their money when they make it is how confusing this can be, how much can come up for us, how much mindset trash we can have, how much emotionality can come up, and how much what is going on internally with us can really affect the way we're not just making money, but really what we're doing with it, how we're making it, and really how we're leveraging it. Because wealth building, wealth creation is so much about how we leverage our money, not just the money we make in our business. And I find our online space can sometimes be a little myopic, where we just talk only about the making money, which is so important, but not so much about what we do with it on the other side, which is why I love Katie's work and that she has this opportunity for us to talk about things like wealth generation. So one of the things I really believe in that I support my clients with is taking a look at our money blueprint. We all have a unique money blueprint. My money blueprint's a little different than yours. And what I have really found is all of us have a default money blueprint. This is the money blueprint that it's kind of like, not like we're born with it, but it's really what society has influenced us and kind of given us as a blueprint. Maybe what we learned from our parents, maybe what we learned from our teachers growing up, maybe what we learned from our best friend when we were spending the night there. But most of us have a blueprint, which I'll explain what that is in a moment and how you can leverage it. But it's really just set by default. And a lot of times we just kind of accept that as this is the truth. This is my money blueprint. This is just the way things are. And what I find can be really valuable is for us to take a look at what is that default blueprint, which again, I'll explain in a moment, and to really get intentional with setting an intentional blueprint that really serves your version of true wealth. Because when I think about true wealth, it is creating wealth that is in alignment with your version of success and the way you want to make money and what you want to do with that money and the life you want to cultivate, right? It's not just about stacking dollar bills. Like, does anybody remember, what was it? Scrooge McDuck. Does anyone remember what was it? DuckTales, where he would just like swim in the piles of money. This is aging me a little bit, but it was a cartoon growing up. That is one form of wealth, but most of us as entrepreneurs are wanting to create wealth for ways that we can enjoy the fruits of our labors in ways that gives us financial freedom and a life we crave. So I find that's where this is really valuable, so that when you have that intentional blueprint and you know your healthy and unhealthy expression of this, you really know how to set intentional goals and strategies that allow you to build that wealth. So I'm going to give you a real quick rundown here on how to identify your blueprint and how to know if you're in that healthy or unhealthy expression. So really simply speaking, your money blueprint is a combination of your desire for richness and wealth. So richness, this is a definition that comes from Morgan Housel. He wrote the Psychology of Money, which is a great book if anyone's interested in that. But richness is essentially your current expression of money. It's my clothes, right? It's this designer shirt I have. It is the things on my desk. It is the apartment I live in. It is the handbags and the trips we take. It is the richness of our life. It is our outward expression. It is the money we spend and enjoy in the moment. Wealth is essentially all the money we don't spend. It is all the money we have left over. It is the assets that we are able to leverage and to really leverage to multiply to make more money. It's our money for later. So I think of rich as money now and wealthy as money later. And it's that combination and that unique combination we all have of how much richness, money now, and how much wealthiness, money later, we all want to have. And again, what I find is most of us have that default. So I know my default growing up, I really skew heavily by default on the wealth money later side. So when I'm just like at default, I kind of like don't care about richness and money now. I care all about like saving and investing for later. But I know that I'm going to look at that. And this is what I do with my clients, and taking a look at what is actually the true version of wealth, the way I want to live and enjoy my money, the way I want to have money now and later. What's actually true for me if I'm living intentionally and I'm making money intentionally and I'm spending it intentionally. And if I'm not looking at, what I've learned from society or my parents, the truth is I really want to have a money blueprint that allows me to really enjoy richness now, the fruits of my labor now, as well as kind of an equal part, or I'd say about a 25% part of building wealth, leveraging my money for later. So that is my intentional money blueprint. So I would invite everyone just to take that moment. You can take it after our live stream here, but to think about what is that default money blueprint of yours, and really what is more of the intentional money blueprint you want to live into. And then with this, what I find can be very, very valuable to do is to look at what is your healthy expression and your unhealthy expression of this money blueprint, because that's really going to help you to live into that alignment so that you can show up intentionally to strategically have your richness now and your wealth later. So the way you can get clear on your healthy or unhealthy expression of this money blueprint, once you're clear on that intentional money blueprint, is to check in with yourself and see when you're feeling scarcity, when you're feeling fear, when maybe you feel like you don't have enough money, or you're not good enough, or like there's not enough in the bank account, or you're worried that you're not going to make enough, or you're worried there's not enough for later. How do you operate with money? What is your behavior? This is going to give you a really like really helpful indication of what your unhealthy expression within your money blueprint is. And what I find as like a little secret way to do this for most of us, our unhealthy expression within our money blueprint is often very similar to our default money blueprint, not that intentional one we got clear on, unless you just like happen to have the most amazing upbringing and parents who had a super, super healthy relationship with money. So I'll use myself as an example. My unhealthy blueprint or my unhealthy expression of my money blueprint, when I'm in scarcity, when I'm in fear, and I'm human, make a ton of money and I still have this come up, I tend to go more into my default, which is more into that overly heavy wealth expression. And I want to like hoard my money and I want to save my money and I want to just like not spend any of it, not enjoy my richness now. And this is really helpful for me to know because my unhealthy expression of my money blueprint, if I just told you, oh, I love to save money, you could hear that and say, but Kim, that's super, super healthy. That's a really great thing. Saving is a great thing. Investing is a great thing. But I know that's the way I operate within my unhealthy expression. It's actually a manifestation of scarcity and fear, not a manifestation of my healthy expression, which tends to, yes, save some money, yes, invest some money, but spend a little bit more freely to enjoy my richness now. Because so often what I find with money is one person's healthy expression can look like someone else's fear or scarcity, their unhealthy expression. Those surface level behaviors can often be misleading. We really want to look at what's driving those behaviors. When we get clear on that, we can really start to intentionally shift our relationship with money, the way we're expressing ourselves within our money blueprint. And we can then start to intentionally leverage our money blueprint to be able to have that true wealth, which is that combination of rich and wealthy that you really want to have for your version of financial freedom and success. Okay, I'm so open to questions. Katie, I want to make sure I'm really mindful of the time so I can hop off. If anyone has questions around this, drop them in the comments. I'm happy to expand on anything, but I want to make sure we keep this nice and easy to digest. And just as a nugget for everyone to take away with, again, I really invite you to get clear on what's your default expression of your money blueprint. What's that intentional money blueprint you want to step into, and see if you can notice when you're in scarcity, when you're in fear, how does that show up? What are your behaviors? So you can start to have that awareness around your unhealthy and your healthy expression within your money blueprint.
Hey, awesome. Thank you so much. That was so good. I put a bunch of stuff in the comments, so you're going to have to go back and read that.
I will go back and read, and I will go answer some questions in there.
And you have a link that I put in the description. So if people want to see more from you, they can follow your link, right?
Yes, and I would love to have you all there. And thank you so much for this conversation and getting to just have me here.
Thank you so much. That was very enlightening, and I love the way that you put things. So that was very good. I appreciate you being here, and thank you for taking time out of your day.
Absolutely.
All right. Have a good one.
You too. Bye.
All right. So Kim's going to be in the comments if you want to ask her any questions or chat with her, and then make sure you check out her link. Okay. That was absolutely amazing. And I love that. We have such issues around money, don't we? Right. So right now I want to talk about sales, right? Because I think I hinted that I was going to be talking to you guys about sales and kind of how people are just uncomfortable with like being salesy and stuff like that, right? Like how many of you have feelings that come up when you hear the word or think about sales? Okay, let me know in the comments who feels uncomfortable. I know for me, it used to create like this icky feeling like, oh, I have to learn sales, right? Like maybe it brings up feelings of when you were sold something that maybe you didn't really want, you know, maybe it was expensive and you really didn't want it, but you were coerced into it, right? Like they're talking you into something that you didn't really want, right? Like you are uncomfortable with the whole conversation, the whole situation, right? Or maybe you think about like the shady old car salesman who's trying to like sell you that lemon on the lot, right? Like you think of like a sales as that, right? But like now as entrepreneurs, we have to sell our offers and get sales and clients. And it creates this discrepancy inside of us that you're that icky salesman, right? Like you have a fear that like you have to learn something like if you ever want to be successful, you have to learn how to do this and then put it behind you, put that ickiness behind you, right? Put it in the comments if this is a fear that you have about sales, about you selling your products, signing clients, whatever your business might be. Let me know and let us all know that we're not alone, because I kind of feel like we're all kind of like that, right? Like in the beginning, right? So the system that I teach is called the rejection-free sales system, and it's all about posting with a purpose and automating the sales process so that you don't have to be the salesy one, right? But we still have to talk to people, right? We still have to get in the direct messages, right? We still have to have like some kind of conversation, like most of the time, don't we? I mean, we have to be communicating with our people. We have to get in the DMs, or we have to get on calls or something and talk to our people. And because we need to know that they know, like, and trust us. We have to build that, right? So I want to help break some of the beliefs that you might have about selling your products or signing clients to your offer or whatever it is that you do, right? Like, you know that your products are great, right? Or you know that you're a great coach, right? But when it comes time to get a credit card from someone, it kind of gives you anxiety, right? Let me know if that kind of gives you some anxiety, right? Like, this was me, right? It sometimes still is me a little bit. You know, sometimes it's hard to be 100% free of this feeling. I still work through it. But like, it brings up all these feelings about self-worth and am I good enough for that price, right? And it stirs up all these limiting beliefs inside you that, you know, you're at a point where you almost feel sick to your stomach, right? You know, you have to talk to somebody in the DMs or talk to somebody on the actual phone, and you're like getting nauseous, right? Because you know you're going to have to ask them for money at some point in time, right? So the other thing is, like, did you ever have like a sales script that someone gave you? Right? Like, maybe you even bought one. It could have been a freebie, or maybe you even purchased one because they were saying it's like gold and it's going to bring you like 20K months, right? It's like people are going to be throwing their credit cards at you, right? And you start reading through the script and the questions, and you end up sounding like a robot, and the prospect says no. And you're wondering why, if you're using this golden script, people are supposed to be throwing their credit cards at you, and no one's doing that. And you're like, okay, I guess this is not good, and I'm just not good at sales, right? But like, these are humans, and they can tell if you're like just reading from a script and if you don't have your heart into what you're talking about, right? And it actually can make the prospect even feel worse. Like, if they're coming to you for something that's like deeply rooted inside them and they're looking for help, and you're reading from a script and you sound like a robot, that's worse, right? Because they're coming to you to solve a problem. So if you feel like this now and you feel like you just can't do sales, just know that there's nothing wrong with you. And you and I, right, we all can master this process and these kinds of conversations in enrolling people into our programs or buying our products, right? So we can master this, we can do this. So the number one rule in ethical sales, right? I always do ethical sales, is do what is right for the prospect, right? Whether you make them an offer or if you're pointing them in the right direction, it could be somebody else's offer. It needs to come from a place of doing what is right for them at their point in their journey, right? The clarifying questions you ask, they're going to get to the bottom of their problem. And it has to come from that place that, you know, and they know that you only have their absolute best intentions at heart, right? When you're just starting out and like your business is new and you're trying to make money and the bills are piling up, it's really hard to do this. So what you have to do is, before you get on a call, before you're in the DMs, chatting with people, you need to stop, right? There's a bug in here. You need to stop and get your mindset right and get like your intentions right, so that you and the prospect will feel good about what you're going to be accomplishing in your interaction, whether it's DMs or calls, right? So let's talk about the structure of a call or a DM chat. Like, what do potential clients need to have happen in order for them to have a breakthrough, right? In order for them to have that aha moment so that they can be in an empowered place to make a decision about like which direction they want to point the rest of their life, right? Like, where do they want to go? So I just started with a new coach because you know me, I'm all about leveling up and I'm working on the next level of my business. And she shared this analogy that really simplified just the entire structure of the conversations that we have with these potential clients. Okay. I think you're going to like this. This analogy is called Dream Island. I'm not sure if you've ever heard this analogy before, but if you want to hear about Dream Island, put a heart emoji in the comments. Let me know that you haven't heard about this before and that you are waiting to hear about Dream Island, right? You want to hear this analogy because it doesn't matter what script you're using or trying to use, right? This analogy is going to get you from point A to point Z with your clients. So leave me a heart and let me know, right? So this is happening no matter what your business is, no matter what you're selling. You could be a coach, this could be products, whatever it is, right? You're solving problems regardless. So this is the structure that you're going to use to empower your potential clients so that they can get clarity and make a decision, because we have to make decisions, okay? It's not about pressuring them, all right? So pretend you're in the middle of a jungle with no script and you're all by yourself and you come across a potential client, okay? Now you have to talk to them all by yourself, right? So this is how you frame it, okay? Dream Island. So picture that you are with your client on an island, right? Island number 1, okay? Island number 1 is Hell Island. Like, every worst nightmare is on this island and they are stuck there, okay? And they are reaching out to you for help. They're like, help! I've been stuck here for 10 years and I need to get off this island, right? This is Hell Island. So you start asking them questions about Hell Island, right? Like, how long have you been on Hell Island, right? 10 years. I've been here 10 years, right? What is going on Hell Island? Like, what is happening there? Like, why is it Hell Island? Tell me what's going on and why is it so bad, right? So you're going to start asking them all the detailed questions about what is going on Hell Island, right? And they're telling you there's natives on the island and they're cannibals, right? And they've been hunting me for the last 10 years. Every single day they're hunting me day and night, right? And he's been captured by them and he's being tortured, right? He's been tortured by them. And there's wild animals and the wild animals hunt him in the middle of the night, right? And there's poisonous snakes and the poisonous snakes have bitten him and he almost died, right? Some of them are venomous and he's almost died, right? And he's telling you about all of these horrible things that happen to him every single day on Hell Island. And you're just going to keep asking questions. You're just going to keep digging and getting to the bottom, to the details of everything that's been happening there on Hell Island. Like what? You've been here for 10 years? Like, how are you surviving? How are you living like this, right? And I hope you guys are taking notes on this, like on this analogy. I love this analogy. Leave me hearts if you're just loving this analogy so far, right? Can you picture it? Can you picture your client on Hell Island, right? With all of these crazy, crazy things, right? And you're just going to keep asking him, like, what is it like? Like, what have you done, right? Have you tried to escape yet? Have you tried to get off the island, right? And then he's going to tell you like all of the things that he's done to get off Hell Island, right? I tried to dig a tunnel right? I tried to dig a tunnel under the ocean, but I could just never dig far enough. Like the ocean's just too deep and I couldn't get a good enough shovel, and I just kept taking on water, right? And so I gave up, and then I couldn't get out, right? And then I tried to build a raft, and I took branches down. I put the palm tree branches down, and I tried to make a sail with the palm, and I tried to get across this ocean to that other island over there, but I couldn't get there. The raft was taking on water and it was sinking, right? And then I was in the water and I had to swim back. And when I was swimming back, there were sharks in the water, and the sharks were coming after me, right? And then I tried to build a helicopter so I could fly over to the other island, right? And the helicopter fell in the water, and it ran out of gas, and it fell in the water, and there I was with the sharks again, right? I've tried everything. I tried digging to freedom, right? And he's going to tell you everything that he's been doing to try and get off the island, right? I tried smoke signals, right? I tried to signal for some help, right? Someone come and help me, right? And you just say like, oh my gosh, where are you trying to go, right? I know this island is horrible, but what's better? Like, where are you trying to go, right? And he says, oh, well, there's this island over there that I really want to be on. And it's like heaven, right? And I really want to be there. And I don't have any of these problems here. There's no, cannibalistic natives, right? Everyone there is like my family, right? All of my friends are there. There is like no poisonous snakes. And they don't even have wild animals there. They only have like kittens and puppies, right? And he's going to start telling you about how amazing Dream Island is, right? He's seen the vision before, and you're going to keep asking him about all the amazing things that are on Dream Island and why he's trying to get there, right? And he's seen the vision, but he's never actually been there, right? Everything he's tried to do to get there has landed him in water with sharks, right? So this analogy this is the analogy of Dream Island, right? So you want to make him picture the analogy of Dream Island, right? And number one, we want to find out about Hell Island and what's so bad and what else. And we want to get deep down beneath the surface of how bad life has been for the last 10 years on Hell Island, right? But we want to make him understand, how bad Hell Island is, and understand how bad his problems are, right? And how the attempts to solve it didn't, they weren't fruitful. They didn't help, right? And he wants to get off Hell Island so bad, right? We want to make him understand why his attempts didn't work, right? And then we want to know like where Dream Island is and how good Dream Island is, right? That's the vision. That's the goal, is to get to Dream Island, right? And what kind of life do you want to have once you get there, right? And what does that mean to him? Like, what is that life going to be? How is it going to feel, right? Now, remember, you always want to keep their best intentions at heart, right? Because this is the point in the call where you're saying to yourself, okay, you're saying to them, I should say, I do know where Dream Island is, right? Like, of course I know where Dream Island is. And like, you probably know everything that as a coach or like as a salesperson, you know everything that they've been trying to do to get off Hell Island, right? You know all the things, right? Because it's probably the same things that a lot of people say, right? You know exactly why their plan didn't come through, why it failed, right? You know why they've been struggling, and you know why those things didn't work, right? So you're going to say, of course, like, why did you try to get all that way on a raft? Right? Does that sound like it's going to work? Does that sound sustainable, that this little raft was going to take you from Hell Island all the way over to Dream Island, right? And you're going to coach them through all of these things that didn't work and why they didn't work, why the helicopter didn't work, why the smoke signals didn't work, right? I mean, they've probably already halfway built another raft at this point, right? So you have to tell them why that other raft is not going to work, right? And you're going to help them see why they've been why things haven't been worked. Like, you want to tell them in detail why these things didn't work, right? And if they keep trying to build that second raft that's coming up, they're going to end up having the same outcome as before. They're going to be back in the shark-infested waters, right? So, like I said, keeping them their best intentions in mind. And now you're going to say, hold on a second. Do you want to go to Dream Island? I know exactly where Dream Island is. All right? I can take you there now. We can go now. It's over here, right? And here's this bridge. And this bridge is how we're going to get there, right? So let me show you the bridge. Let me show you exactly how to cross it. It's right over here, right? And you're going to show them the bridge. And they're going to say, oh my gosh, I never saw that bridge before. I didn't even know that bridge existed. You know, I've been looking all over this island for solutions to get off this hell island. I never saw that bridge before, right? I never found anything that works, right? This is the bridge, right? Yeah? And you say, yes, this is the bridge. Do you want to go over the bridge? I'll take you over the bridge. I'll hold your hand, right? It's going to be $2,000 or however much your offer costs, right? But if you give me the $2,000, I'm going to get you out of hell. I'm going to get you off Hell Island. We're going to walk over that bridge. I'm going to hold your hand, right? This is what I do. Like, this is what I do every day for people. I take people over this bridge, okay? Now, they're going to look at the bridge and they're going to say, I don't know, that bridge looks a little rickety. I'm not sure that I can get over that bridge, right? Wait a minute. Like, I don't know. I might fall back into the waters if I get on that bridge. I've done stuff like this before and nothing's ever worked, right? Looks a little shaky. What if I fall, right? Sharks in the water. And you're going to say, this is my bridge and I am going to hold your hand. And as long as you keep walking with me, walking side by side with me, I'm going to take you there. Will you go? Will you do it? Right? And some of them are still going to stay on Hell Island, right? Like, some of them haven't gone into the shark-infested waters enough times to make them like insist that walking across that bridge with you is the only option for them. Okay? But that's okay. Right? Like, not everybody's going to buy from us, but that's okay. But what you're doing on the call is you're offering them clarity. You're offering them clarity to see the bridge that they couldn't see before, see that bridge to Dream Island, right? And you're giving them the confidence and the clarity that they can do it. But if they try to walk across that bridge on their own, they may have some issues. They may end up back in the shark-infested waters, right? And that's why they need you to go with them. And you're going to hold their hand the entire time, the entire way, so that they don't fall into those infested waters and that you're going to be their guide, right? So that's what you're doing on a consult. When you're talking to people on the phone and when you're talking to people on the phone and you're talking to them in the DMs, this is the kind of thing that you're talking to them about. I'm sorry. I hope my this is froze for me. I hope I'm not frozen for you guys. Sorry. I don't know if I froze. Can somebody let me know if I'm frozen? Sorry to interrupt. I apologize, guys. Okay, you guys can still see me. I'm sorry. Just didn't mean to pause like that. So this is what you're doing on a consult, right? That is the structure of a call or of DM messages, right? Like, even if you don't have a script, you don't have that, 20K script with people that are going to be throwing their credit cards at you, right? You're not going to have the perfect questions to ask, right? But this is the structure of how you want to perform these kinds of consults. So does that make sense, right? Like the flow of the conversation to give your clients the confidence to see what decision they need to make in order to take action, right? And I mean, if you just walk up to that client on Hell Island and say, hey, I'm going to Dream Island. Do you want to come? Right? They're going to be like, what? Like, who are you? Like, I don't know anything about you, right? Like, they don't see the bridge. What you need to do is show them the bridge, right? There's no way they're just going with you. They've already been in those waters before, right? So you got to show them the bridge, right? They don't have the clarity yet, right? So let me know if this is helping you. Let me know that if that will help you on your next consult, next time you're talking to somebody, next time you're DMing with somebody, right? And the more consults that you do, the more problems you're going to hear people talk about, right? And the more that you're going to have experience to know how to respond to them, right? But you just have to keep doing it over and over again. But you want to make sure that what you're selling is the bridge and not just Dream Island, okay? Because like I said, if they only see Dream Island, then they're not going to want your help specifically, right? So you need to make sure that they see that bridge, right? Oh, good. You guys are seeing it. Awesome. So do you want to be present and really listening? Yes. You want to be present. You want to be listening to what they're saying. You want to help them to understand that what they're currently doing is not giving them the results that they're currently getting, right? Like, this has nothing to do with like, like selling something, right? Like you're really just helping them get the clarity, gain the clarity, right? We're not coercing. We're not like hard selling. We're not coercing. We're not trying to scam anybody, right? You're just making sure that Dream Island is number one, something that they want. And then you're coaching them to see exactly how bad Hell Island is, right? How the things that they did to get off Hell Island are not effective and they're not working for them and they're just landing them back in the shark infested waters, right? And then you're coaching them and empowering them to see the bridge and to make that decision that is right for them. Okay? So mastering sales does not have to be this scary thing. I mean, when you're focused on helping the clients and helping them to get the results that they actually want, okay? We're not focusing on what question is next in the script, right? We're present, we're in the moment, and we're focusing on where our client is now and where they want to go and how they're going to get there and how we're going to help them get there, okay? It's coming from a place of service and it's coming from your heart, right? So how does that make you feel? Does that make you feel better knowing that you're going to have to ask them for money for this because you're serving them, right? You're asking them, how can I serve you? Like, how can I help you? Right? What emotion does that bring to you when your only goal is to understand them and is to serve them and help them reach their goals, right? Drop that in the comments because I'm curious to know, like, how would that make you feel? Like, even just hearing this now, how does that make you feel knowing that you're coming from a place of service? You're helping them solve a problem, right? You're going to be in service for your clients, right? So I hope this was helpful. I hope this will be a stepping stone to make you feel more comfortable and more sure of what you're doing in your business when you have to sell your product or when you have to sell your coaching service or whatever it is that you're selling, right? And I did just release the 10K DM framework inside the rejection-free sales system in the bonus section, okay? So everybody that's in the system will get it in the bonus section, right? I've thought long and hard about how to frame DM conversations so that they could be as rejection-free as possible for both sides, right? Because we don't want to feel it either, right? It'll actually make you feel good about talking to people about what they need so that you can give them, what you provide, right? I can't wait to hear how you all like using it because I think it's going to change the game for a lot of you. It definitely helps me with the conversations, right? So I'm dying to hear about it, okay? So let me know. Okay, that's it for today, guys, right? Amazon gift card winner, make sure you email me so I can get you your e-gift card, right? And thanks again to Kim for taking the time out of your day to hang with us and train us about the money, right? We all need to hear that. Have a great rest of your week, everyone, and I'll see you next week. Thank you.